So, camp's done. How did you felt the team kind of responded tonight to this being the final chance for them to show what they could do?
Yeah, no doubt. I think there's a lot of anxiety for certain players going into it. I just told them, hey, can't worry about making the club and let it affect your play, right? Yeah, I thought we got done what we needed to do in camp, and now we got some tough decisions to make. So, I was proud of what we did this year in camp, but now it's for real now.
What's running back depth going to look like behind Carey and everything this year? Because we saw some pretty impressive stuff out there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we can't keep them all, right? That's the unfortunate part, but I thought our backs played well. When they got an opportunity, we tried to get all of them some touches. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some guys that, unfortunately, we're going to have to cut. They're probably going to make someone else's team,
Ryan, thoughts on training camp overall in the 2 preseason games, and what did you like from this team and training camp in the preseason?
Yeah, I thought, we threw a lot at them offensively. I mean, we had about 600 plays in camp. Threw a ton at them. I thought we did what we needed to do. I thought the defense was playing really physical today. They were flying around. Offensively, we didn't have our best performance in week 1. We just weren't finishing drives. I thought we were doing some good things, and same with the first half. We were doing some good things. We just weren't finishing. So it was great to see the quarterbacks, go out there and execute a high level in the second half.
You got a lot of quarterbacks, probably more than we've seen in a while for this team. How do you judge the guys? And obviously you got Chad and you got Nick. How do you judge the rest of the guys and who gets? Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, we're gonna have some tough decisions, right? I think Tucker, played outstanding tonight. Daigie, I thought was a good quarterback in Edmonton. I know Nick, didn't have the best time in Edmonton as well. So I thought if we get him in here, I thought he would be as advertised as he played.
When Duke's obviously with him, this is a spot that he's had. What's the conversation like for him, with this increased competition for that spot for him?
Yeah, we've got to make some decisions, right? We can't keep them all. So until I get my eyes on the film, I don't really have an answer for that. But Cam did some good stuff in camp as well. I mean, we got all our quarterbacks playing at a high level right now.
You got quite a few regular guys that are injured right now. Obviously Chad, but other guys. Are you concerned that some of these guys won't be ready for the season to start?
Yeah, we'll see. Chad actually got cleared today with his final X-ray, so he's cleared. So we'll see. I mean, he wants to play this week, and we got to make a decision there. So I think Witten will be available as well.
Ryan, just a quick question. Going forward, obviously, moving on to week 1 now, the guys are going to be here. How do you, as a coach, keep expectations at a level as the defending champions, now with you having the target on your back going into 2025?
Yeah, no doubt. I just told them, guys, that it's now big time. We got to get ready to go. We're going in Hornets' Nest, right? They're ready for us. They want us, right? It's kind of similar to our situation going into last year. So I told the guys, now we're on to trying to figure out to go 1-0, right? And that's stacking each day, winning each day. So I feel comfortable with our level of maturity and understand what, each day is a process. The process is what leads to an outcome.
Ryan, what's the cutting process like for the Toronto Argonauts and for the coaching staff?
Yeah, it's tough. I told the guys, there's some guys that aren't going to be here, but, fortunately for them, I think some other teams will pick them up, right? It's a tough day. You get to know the players, right? And I wish I could keep them all. They're all good kids. It's just unfortunate. We got to make some tough decisions. That's professional football, and you got to go with what you think's best for the football club.
It's not often you see a guy play on both sides of the field. Sluka, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
How did you, what goes into the decision to see what a guy like him can do on both sides of the field?
Yeah, we knew he could play DB, right? That's what he started off, and then the NFL, they moved him to the receiver. So we brought him in as a receiver last year. And I just said, let's just take a look at him on defense. And, I thought if he's a designated, import, he could help out on offense and defense. But if he earns a starting job on defense, we'll keep him there.
And you look pretty good on special teams too. He seems to have really embraced all the parts that he's going to be bringing in.
Yeah, I mean he's flying around on special teams, right? He's just a good football player. His instincts on the back end. He's got long range and free safety, and first practice he goes out there and gets a pick. So I'm just excited for the kid. He works hard, and proud of him too.
What kind of an identity do you want for the fans? What kind of an identity do you want to have for this 2025 Toronto Argonauts team?
Yeah, we got to pound the rock, right? We got to run it downhill. We got to be physical on defense. But really, I want to be physical. I want to execute at a high level. So we got some things we can learn from tonight. But we got to have high level execution on offense. We got to run the ball downhill. That's going to open up our explosion, play actions, and defensively, I told our coordinators I want to be aggressive this year. I don't want to sit back and notice a different change of how we're operating on defense right now.
Right. Just also on
Last
Dr.
question.
Chad, cleared for contact or like cleared for practice? Like what's the
Cleared for practice, and then we got to figure out what we want to do as far as contact. So he's been cleared, and if we feel like he can play and not put him in harm's way, we'll make that decision. But I'm just glad he's cleared, and he's moving around better, and he's in good spirits as well.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.